Hey everyone, MBG here, and I figured I'd make a separate video for the thoughts on the ending of Outlast because it was kind of an open-ended ending and I didn't really know what to think of it at the time. So I guess this is the video where I basically explain my theory on the ending because there really isn't no set in stone, this is how it ended. It's kind of up in the air, and I've done a lot of Googling and a lot of people have different opinions, which I find interesting, and some are just stupid. Like, for instance, the possibility of the journalist, or you play as the journalist in case you didn't know. The possibility of the journalist still being alive is, it's impossible. You got shot, alright? First of all, you got thrown all across the room. We're talking broken bones, concussions, maybe a cracked skull. And then you got unloaded on by an M4 or whatever, an assault rifle. And some people are in the Google search are saying, like, you might still be alive, which there's no fucking way. It would be stupid and I would hate the game and it would lose immense amount of stars if that was the case in the story, which I don't think is a possibility. Now, when the game ended, you heard all the people screaming, and you assumed that they were getting slaughtered and killed by something. I think that was the Wall Rider doing that. You see, the Wall Rider needs a host, correct? The host of the Wall Rider was Billy, but when you killed Billy, you've noticed that the Wall Rider was out of a body for a little bit, and I think that the Wall Rider actually went inside of you. Like, you became the host of the Wall Rider, and that's why the soldier people killed you, because they figured if they kill the host, the new host, which is you, if they kill the new host, the Wall Rider will be dead as well. What they didn't know is that the Wall Rider will, I guess, survive outside of the host for a little bit. So I'm assuming that when they killed you, the Wall Rider killed all of them, just like the Wall Rider killed that big fat guy that you saw. So, you're dead. The Wall Rider possibly spared one of their lives and is now one of the soldiers, or maybe even Viernik, the guy in the wheelchair, the Nazi, the ex-Nazi or whatever, scientist guy. I think he might be the new host. Actually, my theory might be that he's been the host the whole time. Think about it. This guy is how old? This Nazi scientist, let's see, 1940s. If he was a scientist around the 1940s, that means he was probably every bit of maybe 25 to 35. You know, he was in his prime at the time. So, you know, then you got another, how many years since World War II. So that guy's like freaking up there in age, which isn't realistic that he's still able to function like that, despite him being in a wheelchair and stuff. But I think he might be the host of the Wall Rider the whole time. Maybe it's not like a direct host. Maybe the Wall Rider doesn't need to be inside of you, but maybe it needs to use you as like a home base somehow. I don't really know. I don't know. But you're dead. Like I said, your character's dead. There's no way he's alive. There's no way. It would be stupid. I would not like the game as much as I do now if that were the case. So your character's dead. I'm hoping that all that footage you recorded somehow made it out of that place, or maybe it's still in that place and needs to be found. As for the Wall Rider, I don't know. I don't even know what the Wall Rider is. Okay, at first I thought it was like a spirit, like a demonic thing. That's what the priest guy thought when he was trying. Was he trying to summon it or damn it to hell? I don't know what he was doing. He was kind of weird. But the Wall Rider, maybe in the game they described it as like a bunch of small little nanobots, which I don't know. I don't know if I like that part of the story. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Like, even for it to be nowadays, all those small nanobots that happen to form into like a ghost-looking creature that slaughters people, it's just kind of stupid and far-fetched. The demon thing actually would make more sense to me. It's more believable than having a whole lot of microscopic robots that form together like a ghost and kill people. That's just stupid, in my opinion. I really don't know though. Is the Wall Rider artificial, or is it real? Is it not of this world? I don't know, but I don't know if I liked that part of the story, but I don't understand why it needs a host either. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand. All in all, the game was good. The ending, like I said, just looking at this forum right here, there's so many different opinions and theories on the ending, and it's just, after reading the majority of it, I've come to the conclusion that the thought of your character still being alive is stupid. So your character's dead. I think the Wall Rider, or Viernik, might actually be the host for the Wall Rider, and that the Wall Rider is still kicking. So The moral of the story is we failed. All we did was got evidence and footage. That's all we got. That's all we got. We didn't stop the wall rider. We didn't really accomplish anything, to be honest, in this game besides filming shit. And we didn't get to upload it to YouTube. How shitty is that? So, if they do make a sequel, it would obviously be... I don't think they're going to, but it would have to be linked to that footage, because, like, maybe a search and rescue party for that footage, or... I don't know. I don't know, because, really, your character died. The footage is still down in freaking a Hoth ice cave. I don't even understand the ice cave. Okay, you're on a fucking mountain, okay? And then you go down like 50 fucking floors, and there's a cave that you're in, essentially. And then you look out a window, and you could see outside. Like, I don't understand. Are we on top of like Mount Everest or some shit? I don't get it. So that is kind of weird, but that's where our footage is, and the wall rider is still down there. So no one's going to fucking touch that footage as long as the wall rider's there. So really, I don't even understand it. You have to kill the host to kill the wall rider. You kill the host, which was Billy at the time, so we assumed, and the wall rider is still alive. So that makes me believe that either the wall rider doesn't need a host, or that Viernik is the host, because I think it'd be pretty bullshit if they made it so the wall rider could live outside of the host for a little bit, because that's overpowered, man. That's overpowered. Anyways, I thought it was a good game. Red Barrel did a good job. Honestly, one of my favorite horror games, if not my favorite horror game. A lot of people are suggesting Silent Hill for me to do, which would be interesting. I'm going to do some research on that. I think one of the creatures did that, so I'm going to look into that. But that's pretty much it. Maybe Dead Space 2 soon. Amnesia Machine for Pigs, I really don't like. It's not scary. It's slow-paced. There's too many puzzles, not enough clues on what to do. And I think I already said this, I don't enjoy myself playing it. So I might not finish that series. And if I do, it won't be anytime soon. I have no urge to play it. I started it up thinking I was going to record, but then I just like said, nah. So, yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. But Dead Space 2 I'd like to do. Dead Space 3, obviously, after 2. Other than that, though, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the series. If you don't have this game and you think it might be cool, get it, because it is cool. It's fucking awesome. It's the scariest game I've ever played. And the only thing I didn't like about it, besides the ending, which isn't even that bad. It's just I don't like open-ended endings. I like definitive, this is how it is. Especially if it's a story that you care about, like the Mass Effect series. Like, why is it to be open-ended? Did Shepard die? Is he still alive? I don't know. There's a bunch of other games I'm sure that pissed me off with the ending, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad ending. That just, in my opinion, it seems like it's laziness on the story writer. Because I'm sure the story writer has what they want to end it like, but then the publisher might not like you doing that. Like, maybe BioWare, whoever wrote the story, had a definitive ending, but EA wants to milk the series, and they said, no, you're going to make it open-ended, so there's a possibility of Mass Effect 4. You know what I mean? I don't know how this became a discussion on Mass Effect 4, but it's an example. So, I don't know. I don't like open-ended endings. I like them definitive, to the point, what happened exactly, which unfortunately we didn't get with this game. That's the only downside. That and the fact that this game, some of the parts are predictable, like the enemies. Like, once you get the idea of the game mechanics, like what gets them to spot you, how to outrun them, it doesn't become as scary anymore, but the jump scares are always there. Like, you could basically, I played with the lights on, all right, during the morning, okay, with my windows open, birds chirping, and the jump scares still got me. It's a great game, in my opinion. It has a very eerie, atmospheric feeling to it as well, which is hard to get in games. I love games that give that feeling that you're there. You know what I mean? You hear your guy breathing. You feel his pain when they chop his fingers off. Oh, that's fucked up. But yeah, honestly, easily the best horror game I've ever played, and I'm going to rate it, I would say, a 9 out of 10. Like I said, there's some parts that are predictable. I feel like there's some things, if you watch my series, there's some things that I feel like they could have done better at, like some of the enemies, instead of just looking at you while you walk by, like, they're not even enemies. There's a lot of psychos that just stare at you when you walk by. I think it'd be creepy if they started just following you. Like, there's a lot of things that I think they could have done better on. But that's not to say the game's not good at all. It's a fucking amazing game. And yeah, all in all, like I said, for 100th time, great game. Buy it. It's only 20 bucks on Steam, which is amazing. I think it's not the longest game. It's like maybe more than 3. It's like 4 or 5 hours worth of gameplay. You don't have much to look for. Like, there's no reason for you to go out of your own way to look for certain things like batteries. That's about it. That's like tinderbox. No, not even tinderboxes. That's like oil in Amnesia Dark Descent, but there's a lot of batteries, so you really don't need to go out of your way to explore the area. You can basically just stay on track the entire game, and you won't miss too much. Like, there's journals, but they're usually on track as well. Like, you literally don't have to try to find journals. Like, you don't have to go out of your way to explore. Like I said, there's no... The replay value... Fucking horn beeping outside my house scared me. The replay value of this game for a completionist and just someone who wants to blow through the game is probably going to be around the same, because, like I said, it's pretty linear. There aren't too many different choices you can make with story. Actually, I don't think there are any, to be honest. But it's a great game. It's an indie game. It's not a AAA game. It's a great game. Go out and buy it. Check it out. If you haven't seen the series, check it out as well. It's pretty funny because I shit myself multiple times. The jump scares, they always get me. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and peace.